Hi, it's Elaine Mitchell here. Welcome to day 2. It's day 2 of Return to Self. This is my favourite day, I must admit, because we have to be honest, we have to get to grips and be honest with what we're doing and what we're saying, but it's also very, very cathartic. It's a brilliant way for us to totally understand ourselves. And sometimes I will admit, when I do this exercise, I think, oh, flipping heck, how ridiculous. I've been holding on to those words and holding on to that dialogue for so long, and I took ownership of them. I thought they were mine, and you know what? They weren't. So this is why I love it. It's so powerful to do. It's a very simple exercise, but it is very telling as well, and it does help us. So what do we have to do for today's exercise? Obviously, we are going to continue with 3 daily gratitude, thankfuls, glads, appreciations for ourselves. So 3 focusing on ourselves, and they can't be the same as yesterday. It's all about growing. We can't grow if we repeat the same thing. So find something new and move on from that, because you're opening up your self-love, you're opening up your appreciation of yourself. And if you've only got 3 things that you repeat the whole time, you're not going to progress. So work on that for me. It's really valuable. So 3 things that you're grateful for, appreciate, love, find a wonderful about yourself. End of the day, continue with your reflections and what's the best thing that's happened during the day. And you know what? If you've got more than one thing, celebrate it. Do more than one thing that's been the best thing. So today's exercise, oh, I love it. It is, you've got to download, so it's on the email for you to download, and the exercise is for you to download the image, and you've got a figure on there, and then you've got speech bubbles. Use your imagination, and that figure is you, or draw it yourself. I'm a big believer in when we actually do things ourselves, then it has more impact. So by all means do the download. If not, if you don't want to print it off, write it in your journal and do this yourself, because it is very, very powerful. And what you're going to do is, you've got an image of yourself, just a stick in sight, you're not a stick in sight, just a stick drawing. I do make myself laugh sometimes, sorry. Just a stick drawing, and then around you've got all those speech bubbles and those thought bubbles. And what I want you to do is write in those thought bubbles and those speech bubbles the dialogue that you hear. So the internal dialogue, you know, when you're having that conversation with yourself, oh, I can't do that because of, I'd love to do that, but I can't because of, or yes, I'm going for that. All those things that you repeat and tell yourself. So it could be, I'm not good enough, I'm too fat, I can't apply for that job, I'm thick, I'm stupid, I'm not worthy, I'm amazing, I'm fantastic, oh, I love it when that happens. All those dialogues that you have in there, pop them down. Get creative, use different colour pens if you want. So really, really have a think about what you say to yourself. Now this one, you can keep coming back to it, because what you'll do is you'll start and you'll write and you'll write and you'll write, and then later on into the day you'll think, oh, why didn't I put that one in? So keep it to hand. So it might be better if you do draw it in your journal, because then you can keep adding to it, and keep it to hand and keep writing stuff in and writing stuff in. And what that is going to do is that is going to help you to identify if those words are your words, or if they're learned words, if they're learned behaviours. Like, I'll give you an example. My mum, bless her, always used to say to me, oh, you're never on time, you're always late. So my stock thing is, Elaine's always late. I'm not always late. I'm very rarely early, but I'm not always late. I'm generally on time. So that is like, and the whole family, oh, Elaine's always late. I'm not always late. I'm very often on time. But that is a dialogue that is always in my head. When I'm getting ready to go somewhere, well, everybody expects me to be late anyway, and that sort of thing. But that is mum's voice. That is not my voice. That is not my dialogue. And, oh, you're always joking, you. Here I am. I love to have fun. Some people see it as a negative, and I've had that voice in my head as a negative for a long time. But I've also had it in my head I've replaced it with my voice of, yes, I love to have fun, I love to laugh, why not? So that's the sort of thing that I want you to put in. I want you to put in, yes, it's good, no, it's not. And both of them. So whether it's your words, whether it is words that you've taken on board from somebody else, you're useless, you'll never be able to do X, Y, and Z because of, that's more than likely come from a teacher, a parent, a friend, a colleague, something like that. So those sort of things that you tell yourself all the time, write them down, look at them, work on this, carry it through the day, and really, really, truly be honest with yourself. You might find it a bit difficult, but you will also always find it very, very enlightening. So that's your 3 things for today. There's a bonus relaxation that is a recording that I'm going to pop on as well. Please do that, because this bonus relaxation is what I call cord cutting. And what it does is it helps you to cut those energetic cords. So all those words that you've got in there that are not from you, I call them energetic cords. So like cords, chains, threads, ropes. If you imagine, they are all coming from us. So coming from your heart, coming from your head, coming from your mouth, coming from wherever, and they're attached to the person or the situation or the place that does not serve. They're attached to the situation, the person, or the place that does not serve. Can be events from the past. It can be our future projection of something that we're expecting to go wrong, and we put that energy out there. So this visualization is going to cut those cords, those chains, those threads that don't serve. And if you do it in conjunction with this exercise, then what it does is it helps immensely to help you to shed those thoughts, helps you to like realize and recognize that they're not your thoughts, they're someone else's. So please do that. It's a recording, and you can keep that recording with you all the time and keep going back to it and back to it and back to it. It's very empowering. I love it. So day 2, hope you've enjoyed that, and go back into the group, let us know how you're getting on, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Bye.